won by Brian Wardle, the head coach of Green Bay. Right. Starting lineup from Milwaukee at 18 and 13. It's Aaron in the backcourt with McWhorter, the great point guard who has made that difference with chemistry. Up front, it's Kelm, Matt Tybee, the high-energy guy, and Austin Arians, who has struggled to shoot the ball against Valpo. For the Crusaders, Levante Doherty is their key player, along with the freshman Lexus Williams in the backcourt, and up front, shot blocker Bashil Fernandez, Jabril Adekoya, good-looking freshman, along with Alec Peters. So that's 3 freshmen capped in the starting lineup for Valparaiso.
And they're really not freshmen anymore. They played a whole season. So they're ready to go. And I was going to say to you, Brian Wardle deserved Coach of the Year. Everything he had to deal with and go through. And they have 24-5 mark. Didn't have Alec Gromber a game and a half at least. He's done a magnificent job.
And the Phoenix are in attendance, awaiting the winner of this game. And already, Jordan Aaron strikes from long range.
Well, that just gets him pumped. It's like the Energizer Bunny.
Shoots the 3 ball at 34%. Contact inside. Randy Hireman, Chris Beaver, part of our 3-man officiating crew tonight.
Fernandez is a real good player inside. Block shots, he's a space eater, and then they'll go to Moussa Gay. So they have 2 big hosses they can use inside that are veteran guys, block shots, very athletic.
Adekoya for the wing. And the rebound taken by McWhorter, the transfer from Indiana State. 3 on the way there is up and in. Austin Arians, who has shot just 3 of 19 with the threes against Valpo, gets a little lady luck. And with that, Valpo with a quick timeout.
I'm surprised by that timeout. I would love... Homer, Drew, you're going to be a good coach because he is a great coach.
So his team is in a 6-0 hole. Well, we saw Wright State do that in game 1 against Oakland and never relinquish the lead.
Bryce's coat already off.
Didn't take long, did it?
You know, give a coach credit. He's not going to mess around. He didn't like what he saw. He's going to address it quickly.
When's the earliest you called a timeout in the game?
I don't think I ever called one in the first minute, but I think we were down 11-0 once, about a minute and a half in. And 11-0, what do you say? I knew we were in a hole. I think we lost 93-58.
Consider this, Milwaukee, 3 of 29 the last time shooting the 3 ball, is already 2 of 2 against Valpo. Tybee tried to time his jump, unable to get the follow, but he does pick up a personal foul. It's on Alec Peters.
So,
Tybee has changed his look.
Wow, the last time he had hair like I had in the 80s.
Yeah. You asked the head coach, Rob Jeter, what type of guy is Tybee? He says, he's fun to be around, but I've never coached a guy like him. I mean, he has high energy all the time.
He's on the move all the time.
Right now in the paint and driving and scoring. It is 8-0 Milwaukee, 2 minutes in.
Boy, you talk about drawing up a start. Bryce Drew doesn't like to call here. There goes Tybee. I don't have a problem with the call. I think that's the right call. Got Fernandez stumbling a bit, created contact, and then laid it in.
Well, the last time you and I were here to watch Milwaukee play, they dominated Green Bay, so maybe it's something about being 2 hours away from their fans and team that's taking a liking to the
maybe
rest
they
center.
Ought to play their home game at the rest center.
Valpo needing to break the seal here, and now a steal. Into Aaron, open court 3 on the way, rimmed it. Now behind the back, Adekoya. It is 9-0 Panthers. Here's Levante Doherty on the drive to the goal, and he is fouled.
Good take, good aggressive take. Get it into the front court and go right to the rim.
It's an early foul on Steve McWhorter, his first, but keep in mind, the point guard who's a key to this Milwaukee team gets into foul difficulty. He has 93 fouls on the year, and he has 4 DQs, 4 disqualifications. First point of the game for Doherty and Valparaiso. The only 2 teams to beat Green Bay this year are on the court right now. That's in the conference play, of course. Well, you're right. We weren't going to get shut out.
It wasn't going to happen.
Cal Kemp would have taken that three last year. His game now almost exclusively inside. That's a three on the way. That is buried by Tybee, and is he amped up?
He's jacked up. They're up 12-2. Hey, boy, you come back and defend. When you do that, you come back and defend with just a little bit more bounce in your step.
Coming into this game against the Crusaders, 9 of 60. 9 of 60 shooting the three in 2 regular season games. Tonight, 3 of 4.
Good interior pass. Just keep running your stuff. Don't get swayed that you're down 10 early. They've hit some threes. It's fool's gold, as Billy Donlin said in the first game. You bang a few early threes, you love them, but then you start to rely on them too much. Just keep running your stuff if you're Valpo. If you're Milwaukee, don't think the threes are going to be there all night long, because nobody shoots them at that clip.
Bobby Capobianco is in the game for Valpo. Malcolm Moore for Milwaukee.
I like Malcolm Moore. You and I have had them a couple times, and he really gives them some energy.
Fifth-year transfer from Texas El Paso. Fernandez, if you watch the games on the Horizon League Network, not a good free throw shooter, under 50%. And you know, if he's going to be an integral part of this team next year and score the ball more, and they're going to need more offense inside, he will have to find a way to improve that number, because he gets opportunities.
He does get a ton of opportunities, but he needs more air under his free throws. Too much of a line drive.
Malcolm Moore rises for three, and Milwaukee is white hot with a 15-2 start.
They are rolling. Playing with confidence.
Well, they picked up where they left off against Green Bay a few weeks ago. Capobianco in the game for offense, double teamed, and has to give it up. No field goals yet for the Crusaders. Good head fake there, and on the drive to hand off Peters. Well done.
See, ran their offense and got a layup out of it. When there's 36 minutes of basketball ahead, don't panic. Run your stuff.
Sometimes when you're youthful, though, that's hard to think that way, isn't it?
No question. It is. You start to panic. You look up. Oh, my goodness. They hit another three. That's where coach earns his paycheck. Settle your guys down, and they will.
J.J. Panoski in the game for Milwaukee. At the next whistle, we step aside. 4 threes in the game for the Panthers and an 11-point lead.
6'8" with the afro. You know, it's a good look. Clean cut, ready to go.
15 for Panthers, who control the basketball.
Panthers have taken 8 shots. Valpo just 3 shot attempts. Panthers 5 of 8, 4 of 5 from beyond, as you like to say, the distance line.
Yep. Almost seems like Valpo is showing the truth early. Aaron missing on the 3, tapped out to Levante Doherty. Doherty winds up with a 3, but missed it badly, and it's tapped out of bounds by Valparaiso. In the game now is Keith Carter Jr. for the Crusaders, along with Jordan Coleman. So Bryce Drew not wasting any time, getting some reinforcements in order to try to shake things up a little bit. Musa Gay at the next whistle, the excellent shot blocker for the Crusaders.
Transfer out of the SEC, a grad student.
University of Alabama, where he once blocked 5 shots in a game against Kentucky. Malcolm Moore stepping aside, might have got waved at by Fernandez. Now Coleman dropped down to Fernandez, lost it, got it back, got it blocked. Malcolm Moore is he's a handful inside.
He's a hoss inside. Knocked down a 3. There he gets a block against a bigger guy.
Crusaders going zone as J.J. Panoski looks for a little help. And that's a travel. That didn't look pretty solid anyway. As here comes Gay and Kyle Kell back in for Milwaukee. Well, Bryce Drew is showing some concern early.
Yeah, nobody likes to be down 15-4, so he'll make a couple substitutions, but I think Milwaukee will settle down. They'll get into their half-court stuff. It's going to come up to Valpo to defend a little bit better and to take care of the basketball.
Keith Carter Jr. rises from the free throw line, and the St. Louis transfer knocks it down.
Out of Maywood, Proviso East, Chicago suburb, west suburbs, same high school that had Donnie Boyce, Michael Finley, Sherelle Ford, all in the same high school.
A great hotbed for high school basketball.
Yeah, Doc Rivers went to high school there.
So look at J.J. Panaski, who's a sophomore from the state of Wisconsin. He's considered to be the lone rim protector on defense for Milwaukee. Has a third of the team's blocks with 26. Panthers got off to a 15-2 start in this game. Crusaders a bit sloppy with the ball inside. On the drive to the basket is Jordan Aaron. And free throws coming up for the senior for the Bronx.
I think they're going to get Musa Gay. He has got to hold his ground. Rather than go for the shot block, you get the smallest guy on the court coming up against a 7-footer.
Aaron is an 83% shooter. Was suspended for a number of games, has come back. Available for the tournament in the second round game against Valparaiso. Crusaders won earlier this year, 75-62, 77-62, and the bench. The scoring and the difference between both games was significant. An edge of 55-10. The bench goes Steve McWhorter, who on the season, 121 assists and 69 turns. He has been a difference for this team, allowing Jordan Aaron to go to the off guard, the shooting guard position where he's more comfortable. Coleman on the drive, missed it.
Boy, I don't know how that one just spun out.
And I'm sure he feels the same way. Now foul on Valparaiso on Coleman in the backcourt.
Valpo would like to hit the reset button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here he comes on the dribble drive. He hangs. It just won't go. Just off, and then that's just a silly foul to pick up.
Coaches contend when it's about 75 feet away from the goal. Not a good time to register a personal foul. 7 minutes in, it's all Panthers so far anyway. 17-6. Aaron attacks again, missed it this time. Ball loose, picked up by Tybee. You know, he's a little bit hard to identify without the hair.
A little different look.
Looks good, though.
Zone defense out of Valpo, 2-3.
Milwaukee less than 120 miles away from the city of Green Bay. Typically, they'll drive in on game day with a tournament, though. The feeling was Rob Jeter wanted his team to get the tournament experience and get to enjoy the city and get ready for a big game.
Well, and that one just, you work so hard to get the shot clock all the way down, miss a three, and then Valpo knocks it out of bounds.
Aaron to Austin Arians, and on the cut, broken up and picked up. Milwaukee's getting all the bounces so far.
They are. They're coming up with every loose ball.
Under 12-minute timeout to commence in a moment on the next dead ball. Here's Aaron looking to drive. Every time he gets the ball, Kelm lost it. With that, immediate timeout. Second game tonight of the second round on the Rise League Network. Tomorrow night, we move on to the semis. Lombardi time.
He did. That meant if the family is leaving at 1:30, You were in the car at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Rob said, because we were gone way before 1:30.
Alec Peters gets it in the scoring column, and that'll help Valpo after trailing at 1 point by 15-2.
Yeah, Rob said that a lot of the life lessons he learned were things his dad, he said, not imparted, demanded about Lombardi. He said Vince Lombardi was an enormous influence indirectly on Rob's life, who was through his father. He said my dad was also meticulous about the lawn, and Rob has taken on that same quality.
Says he runs his team on Lombardi time, too, so great memories as he comes back to a city where his dad played a number of his great NFL games. Stolen away by Aaron. Jordan Aaron, a foot race to the goal, missed it. The trailing is Kyle Kellum.
Never quit on the play. How many guys would quit on a play thinking, he's not going to miss that layup? He did, and he's there to finish it.
Several Milwaukee fans in the house, as you might imagine, with the close proximity. And if Milwaukee gets to the semifinals against Green Bay tomorrow night, there'll be a lot more coming up for it. Keith Carter looking for Musagay with the right-handed hook. Here's McWhorter trying to take his man off the dribble. Kyle Kellum's game has changed, as his coach said, at 180 last year. That ball would have been going up.
Yeah, he's become more of a player rather than just a chuck and shoot it.
Tybee foul by Alec Peters. His first. Panthers trying to win for the first time with a new do by Matt Tybee.
Pretty funny. Go to shoot around and go get your head completely buzzed.
Arians off the mark, but once again Milwaukee with a second chance. There's Javon Lyle down to game 4 of the Panthers. Into the interior of the defense, and Tybee spinning, shooting, and missing. And out of bounds to the Crusaders.
Well, tell you what though, who got the rebound? Tybee. He is outworking Valparaiso. Not seeing the effort out of Valpo that they need to expend to get to the semifinals. Not right now.
Do you see any nerves on the part of Valparaiso with the youthful freshmen?
I don't know if it's nerves. They may be just playing like freshmen. I just don't see them inside position, coming up with loose balls. They're not doing the little things right now.
Well, to support that, 7-0 on the boards offensively for Milwaukee. Inside layup good by Jabril Adekoya.
Nice pass. Good job, Peters. The one thing I have seen, they're not panicking running their offense.
Adekoya played his high school ball at Tinley Park. That's on Keith Carter Jr., the personal foul. As Tybee goes to the bench. Big smile from his head coach. Said it's a joy to coach this guy, and he's got, after this season, 2 more years with him. Wow, open look on the wing. And as Adekoya and Fernandez collide, it's Fernandez with a rebound. 19-11 our score. We're under 9 minutes first half, and another turnover on the part of the Crusaders. Arians on the turnaround. Here's Levante Doherty. Doherty has 2 points so far. He leads Valpo in scoring with an average of 16. Boy, this is just rough basketball for Valpo.
It is. Just one and done. Milwaukee now playing with a lot of poise, a lot of confidence.
Well, in the first game, Wright State got a lead from the start and never gave it up. Aaron points, now 1 of 5, and he has not played very well in his games against Valpo. Now collectively, 7 of 31. But still, you ask Rob Jeter, he says, I like him shooting the ball. We owe you a timeout. That'll happen at the next dead ball. Deep in the shot clock, go to Crusaders. Peters has to save, and that is a turnover. Now Bryce Drew, the head coach of Valpo, will try to get his team together. Right now, Cap, it's all Milwaukee.
Well, never quit on a play. Misses a layup, and Kellups is off.
1.5 minutes, very well at all. Just 1 of 12, and yet maintain an 8-point lead and have the ball. For the game, Milwaukee is 6 of 20. Wow, lots of opportunities.
Never have guessed that. Then 1 of 12, that one basket is the dunk by Kellum.
Yeah. So lately, the Panthers aren't showing their best side either. Five to shoot it, handoff Kelm, and a blocking foul called.
Wow, I don't know about that one. Chris Beaver on the call. I would love to see if that was a block. Let's take a look here. Toughest call in the game. There's a really nice hook pass. He's outside the circle. I don't know. I don't know what the guys in the truck thought. That's close.
Milwaukee head coach Rob Jeter says it was important for our guys to buy in this year to a new philosophy, and he didn't think it was going to be too difficult because of the rough year they had last year. But Kelm probably adjusted his game more than anybody.
Well, if you have any pride as a player, you come off a season like last season, you just want that bad taste out of your mouth as fast and as quickly as you can, and you come in ready to play. If you don't care.
Sure. And you shouldn't play. An 8-0 edge now in offensive rebounds for the Panthers. Valpo needs to find some offense. It has been a real struggle so far for a team that scored 75 and 77 against the Panthers in the regular season. But the tournament's a whole different breed of cat, isn't it?
Whole different animal. Because you know there is no tomorrow. When you play it in January, okay, we lost, you're upset, but you think we'll go back to work, get ready for the next game. Well, this is the gang that couldn't shoot straight for both teams right now.
It's a pretty good way of putting it. On the drive to the goal, a blocking foul on Milwaukee. Jordan Coleman hits the deck.
Just the 4th team foul on Milwaukee, but they'll call it a shooting foul. It'll be a couple of free throws.
Well, all the preparation both teams have put in, particularly the Valpo staff. I'm sure this is the last thing that Bryce Drew had expected to see from his group, which has managed just 4 first-half field goals.
I mean, Bryce has got to be standing there going, you've got to be kidding me. Milwaukee is, whatever they are, 1 now of their last 13. And Bryce is looking going, we're 9 down, they're 1 of 13.
Could be a whole lot worse.
Milwaukee should be up 16, 17 points.
We wonder if that won't come back to affect them. Under 6 minutes for the first half. Jim Barber, Dave Kaplan, Joel Cornett, and Will Haskett. Another offensive rebound in Milwaukee. The Panthers have owned all of them tonight.
Every loose ball, give them credit. They are outworking Valpo.
Aaron looks to drive and blocked easily by Fernandez with 24 to shoot. Excuse me, make that Moussa Gay. Moussa Gay, who came in with 62 blocks this year, adding to his team-leading total. Panthers 1 of their last 16. One of their last 17.
Unbelievable, and they've got an 8-point lead.
Which for Valpo must reinforce the fact that despite the Crusaders aren't playing well, they've got chances. That's a foul on Jordan Aaron. His first.
I don't think that was a foul from my angle. Thought he got all ball.
Should be a non-shooting foul, which Rob Jeter was arguing.
Let's take a look again. There's Musagay. I mean, you'd have to do it in slow motion, but it certainly looked like he slapped the ball out of it.
Instead, he gets his first personal foul, team foul number 5. Crusaders over the limit with 7. Stolen away by Arians. Racing to the goal and laying it in, Austin Arians.
That was just a lazy pass. That was just, I know I'm supposed to reverse the ball, not even paying attention where a defender is.
Turnovers adding up for Valpo. Now it's 6 in the first half.
Tybee will pick this one up.
A long way from the goal, too.
I wonder if he has family or friends who tuned the game in and said, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute.
Where's Matt?
That uniform says Tybee. What happened to him? If you're just joining us, he went after shoot-around, has hair almost down to his shoulders, and got it all cut off.
Think he's faster tonight?
No question. He's got to feel good, cleaner. At least that's what I tell myself every day when I get up.
Coleman with a look, won't take it. Here's Levante Doherty, who's been limited to 2 first-half points. They have defended him well.
McWhorter's done a great job on him.
Another loose ball. This time Valpo gets it back. Under 10 to shoot it, though, as the shot clock continues.
Just another bad offensive possession. No flow there.
In the wins over Milwaukee, Valpo's averaged roughly 38 points a half. They have scored a dozen. 2 opportunities for Milwaukee, and they miss on both of those.
It's amazing how many shots Milwaukee has missed, and they're up by 10. They could be up 20, easy.
Well, it's not a clinic. Well, certainly a better.
Both are capable of better, but you know, you can game plan all you want, and I've said this line to you before. Coaches don't diagram baskets, they diagram plays. Players make baskets. It's not the coach's game plan tonight, it's guys just aren't making plays.
Valpo out-rebounded 21-11 and 11-0 on the offensive glass, which is hard to imagine with the height and length that Valpo has inside.
They're changing the look up. You're going to see no Musagay, no Fernandez.
Going smaller.
We're going to go smaller and see if they can be a little bit more aggressive defensively and a little more flow offensively. I like this look.
Milwaukee has just 4 first-half turnovers. Let's see if Valpo is able to shake up that number. Down by 8 and defending as we're down to 3.5 for our opening half. Aaron matched up against Levante Doherty with a pick from Malcolm Moore. Arians rising and scoring.
Big basket. One of their last, 18. They finally knocked down a shot.
7 now for Austin Arians. Having a much better shooting night tonight, at least scoring night, than he did earlier. Oh, one of the Panther players is down as he ran right into the scorer's table.
Steve McWhorter. He's okay. He'll get up. He also destroyed the possession arrow.
And the banner.
The banner, the possession arrow. Love the effort. Love the effort. That is a hard-nosed play. Now let's see. Can they get the possession arrow to work? They can. They got it relit.
Everybody rebounds.
I mean, that's just a really good effort.
Gobbling up the second chances. Inside reverse layup, good by Doherty. Just his second field goal, and actually his first field goal, to go with 2 free throws. Here's McWhorter back the other way, and contact by Valparaiso. That'll be free throws for,
I think they're going to give Keith Carter on the hip.
Steve McWhorter, a true point guard, transferring from Indiana State, has made a huge difference with this team. There's allowed a number of things to happen, as Jordan Aaron was available actually down to move over to the scoring guard. Austin Arians played more on the wing. Everybody got to move to their natural positions. Off the missed free throw foul, Milwaukee, and a chance for Valpo to get within 6.
Jordan Aaron being a senior, that's a big loss for Milwaukee.
Yes.
Huge loss. Kelm is a senior. Malcolm Moore is a senior. So while they got the thing turned, you got some guys that you're going to miss desperately. But Tybee, McWhorter, Arians, all back.
Very key. Capobianco hits the first free throw. Despite a very rough first half, Valpo's within 7.
You feel like if you walked in the gym right now, you'd be like, oh, good game. Valpo should be 20 down right now.
Crusaders, who will have an outstanding home matchup next year with New Mexico at the Arc. Playing a neutral site game tonight. And whoever wins this will have a true road game tomorrow against Green Bay in its home court. Jordan Aaron flashes to the goal and lays it in.
But again, they got a second chance opportunity, outworking Valpo on the glass. It leads to a deuce.
And a 7-0 scoring edge, Cap, in those second chance points. Aaron doing a nice job defending Doherty, and now Keith Carter trying to make McWhorter pay off the bounce, but can't do it. Last season, so rough for Milwaukee with just 8 wins. When you watched their games, you had the impression they had no chance of winning.
They never looked like they could even get that thing on track. You're exactly right. But this year, they got a really nice team.
Very tight group, according to the head coach, Rob Jeter. Here's Alec Peters inside, and he lays it in. So that's 7 now for Peters, and the Crusaders are within 7. And Milwaukee will take that use it or lose it timeout and set up shop here with a $1.19 to go first half.
I haven't made a pick yet, but don't sleep on Wright State to win this league tournament.
You've also gone on record of saying that Green Bay will not, under any circumstances, make the tournament if the Phoenix lose to the semifinals or the championship.
I mean, you say it so harshly. I just do not believe that Green Bay will get in as an at-large. That's correct. They need to win the next 2 and lock themselves into the field of 68.
So sorry about that.
It's going to be very costly for me if they do get in, and I hope they do.
Just in case you're joining us and aren't aware that David is willing to provide dinner for the entire broadcast crew, production crew, and all, if the Phoenix make it as an at-large.
I didn't say the 50 freelance cameramen. I said the production crew.
The list is growing, I think.
That's what I think. I said I would buy steak dinner next time we're in Chicago for a game.
The commissioner, John LeCrone, hoping that the Phoenix don't have to run in that situation, but I think he feels pretty strongly that Green Bay will be principally in the conversation for an at-large if needed. Well, what's the difference in Austin Arians knocking him down tonight or lately as opposed to the first 2 games?
He's just stepping up. That was not an easy shot. That was not a wide open shot.
Keith Carter on the drive counters with the old-fashioned and one.
That was just a primo move by Austin Arians to knock that shot down. But watch Keith Carter. He's out of the tough Chicago streets over at Maywood Proviso East, and he just attacks, splits 2 defenders, takes the hit, and finds the bucket.
In an earlier game, against Milwaukee. He fouled out, but scored 10 points in 20 minutes. He had 3 rebounds and 5 assists. You'll hear from Rob Jeter at halftime with our Will Haskett. Potentially final possession first half. McWhorter pushing off with the left hand. Against the trap, more corner Arians. Not this time, but tipped in by J.J. Panoski.
Boy, that was a heck of a tip.
Doherty at the gun. Half over. Panthers 31, Crusaders 22. And like the first game, the first team to score has not given up the lead.
No,
second round of the tournament. A 9-point game. Panthers up on the Crusaders.
I would say the first 3 minutes for Valpo are going to be enormous. They have got to get some flow offensively, come up with a couple loose balls, get a couple buckets.
Started this game in a 6-0 hole and really haven't recovered yet.
No.
Here's Adekoya with the late shot clock down to 7. Alexis Williams. That's only the 18th field goal attempt tonight for Valpo.
Yeah, you look at the stats, 36 attempts for Milwaukee, 11 for 36, just shot 31%. But you're right, 17 first half field goal attempts, now 18. You can't win like that.
Kyle Kelm goes inside and draws a foul from number 14, Vigil Fernandez. This is a senior season for Kelm out of Randolph, Wisconsin. Last year, a very strong three-point shooter. This year, asked to give up that game and concentrate on play inside.
He's a team guy. He's done whatever they've asked.
And with the new move, still averages in double figures at 12 a game. Three freshmen in the starting lineup for the Crusaders, all started the second half. Fernandez is a junior, and Levante Doherty, the lone senior, as a starter. Alec Peters on a difficult pass and knocked out of bounds by number 31. And if you're not aware of who that is, that's Matt Tybee.
Boy, I'll tell you what, exactly. If you're watching at home, Milwaukee, you go, what happened to his hair? He got it cut after shoot-around today. But Doherty cannot shake free, just can't get a good, clean look.
Penetrates and pitches on that. A made three by Williams, and that will help.
Out of Marist High School in Chicago. And the best way to a clean perimeter look is through the what, Jim Barber? The lane. You go inside, out.
First points of the night for Alexis Williams. 8-point deficit. Alec Peters nearly walked. Gives to Adekoya. Back to Peters. 5 straight points for the Crusaders, and here they come.
There you go. 6 down and right back in it.
And look a bit more poised as Tybee sets a monster screen at center court. They look a bit more poised than they did to start the game. Got some contact inside. That'll be on Valparaiso, and that will be on Alexis Williams or Fernandez. It's on Fernandez. That's his first.
Alexis Williams out of Marist, which plays in a really competitive East Suburban Catholic, and he's had to battle his way to be a D1 player. He's a good player.
Played 51 minutes against Mercer in a triple overtime game earlier this year. Jabril Adekoya, number 23, with the foul for Valpo. Williams is just 18 years old. Adekoya, 19.
Played for 2 years on an AAU team sponsored by Derrick Rose, the D Rose All-Stars.
Pretty good team, too, from what I recall. Another Valpo foul, and the fouls are adding up quickly.
Watch the seal inside. Now, it's a tough defensive match inside, but watch him ride Doherty all the way down. What's a littler guy? I don't care how strong Doherty is. What's a littler guy going to do against Tybee there?
Yeah. Valparaiso down by just 6. The defending champions who last year beat Wright State in the title game after knocking off Green Bay with a last-second finish. Adekoya looking to drive, and there's nobody home on that play.
Yep, he over-penetrated. It will go to Milwaukee. Just a poor decision. You got to know where you're going and what can I do with it. If I get there, I can't get a shot up, what am I going to do with it?
Bryce Drew, the head coach of Valpo, assisted by Luke Gore, Roger Powell Jr., and Matt Loddick. For the Panthers, the head coach is Rob Jeter, Chad Boudreau, Duffy Conroy, who has the scouting report for this game, and Sharif Chambliss, remember that name from Penn State and Wisconsin law, are the assistants. McWhorter breaks up the play and picks up a personal foul. Rob Jeter has to walk away from this one as he doesn't agree.
Well, McWhorter made a really nice read on the play. Just clipped, I believe, Fernandez on the arm.
Second foul for McWhorter. One of Jeter's main concerns was to keep McWhorter out of foul difficulty.
It's nice to have a guy 7'1" like Musagay to set a screen to get you open.
Yeah, that'll help. Here's Peters on a catch and the shoot and the miss. Alec Peters leads Valpo in scoring so far. Milwaukee back the other way and now up 10.
You take the initial punch. Timeout, Bryce Drew. Good timeout. Take the initial punch. Credit Rob Jeter and his guys for handling the run. It was down to 6. Now they're up 10.
And a look at number 31, Matt Tybee with the new haircut.
Curly.
In the meantime, back to basketball.
I'm a basketball guy. They got good basketball up here, I'll tell you that.
They do. Valparaiso trying to cut back into a lead. They got as close as 6. Now it's at 10. 4 minutes into the second half. The winner gets the top seed Green Bay and a home crowd tomorrow night. Doherty slicing through, no basket. Outside official Mr. Heimerman says offensive foul.
Give Milwaukee all the credit there. Phenomenal defense. And that is just sliding up, taking a charge. That's a good call. That's the right call. Just give Milwaukee.
Cap, despite the fact that Valpo has players at heights of 6'10", 7 feet, 6'8", 6'11", Crusaders without an offensive rebound tonight.
That's an amazing stat. What is it, 16-0?
15-0. Kelm in the middle of that for Milwaukee. Ball deflected. Still time to shoot it, under 10. At the point, Steve McWhorter. Now down to 5. Milwaukee in trouble. Down to 1. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Good defense by the Crusaders. They were doing a bit of swarming right there.
They were. And when it got under 10, they attacked. You really didn't give them an opportunity to get a shot off. Got to start scoring points at some point.
Just 21 field goal attempts, 9 makes, which isn't a bad percentage, but haven't had many opportunities due to a lack of rebounding. Alec Peters, he has stood up out of bounds to Milwaukee. Sometime tonight, I think the freshmen look like freshmen.
I mean, that's just great rotation. 3 black shirts. Leave Musagay, roll over and take Alec Peters, and they make it tough on him.
Which means if you're Peters, you got to stay out of that area.
Got to move the ball more.
Yep. Saw that against Wright State, where on a number of possessions in the game, blocked there. by Musa Gay. Back the other way comes Valpo and Alec Peters. And an and one. We saw Wright State move the ball so well in the first half. Everybody would get a touch on numerous possessions.
And it usually ended up in a made basket. And watch 2 blocks in here. The second one by Musa Gay, just enormous. There's one, but this one right here, and then he taps it to his own guy, to Doherty. And look at Doherty, unselfish, finds Peters, fill the lane, reward him, 3-point play now.
Alec Peters is into double figures with 10. He's really been the only offense tonight that Valpo has. In fact, let me update that. He has 12 on 5 made field goals. His team's within 7 as Austin Arians bounces inside. And some free throws coming up from Matt Tybee.
You just get the feeling, boy, Valparaiso's hanging around. You look up, you think as badly as they've played, and Milwaukee's looked good in certain aspects of the game, it would be like 47-30.
Yeah.
It's 37-30. You feel like Valpo can still win this game, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Bench scoring was so pivotal in the first 2 games as Valparaiso dominated. Tonight's certainly a lot more even. 9-5 edge for the Crusaders. Matt Tybee has 9. And the sophomore from the state of Iowa, who's made a nice addition on this Milwaukee team, now is into double figures like Alec Peters. Ever have nice as a head coach where a team was just completely outclassed on the boards and
yes,
yet wasn't out of it?
Because there's so many other things. You know, you can set the greatest screens and you watch your plus-minus chart and you go, boy, what a great screen we set. But if you don't make shots, it really doesn't matter. You can have nights where you look awful, you look flat, and all of a sudden the shots keep going in. At the end of the game, you win and I thought we played awful, but we won. And there are nights I thought we played well, and you lose.
I'm assuming that you preferred an ugly loss over an impressive, or an ugly win over an impressive loss.
Every day and twice on Sunday.
The winner gets the Phoenix of Green Bay, who've had a splendid season with just 4 losses, 2 of those in conference play. Jordan Aaron started the game with a 3, hits the 3 here in the second half, and now for the season for Mr. Aaron, 60 made threes.
That is a big, big 3. You wonder if that's going to really energize Milwaukee and get their offense rolling again.
They have a very energized bench here. That bench has been up on a number of occasions so far. Green Bay, Wisconsin. This team has 4 more made threes versus Valpo, and that's the point differential. Still a lot of clock remaining. Cleveland State, Wright State in the first semifinal tomorrow. Good fake by Carter. Refuses to take the shot, however. Instead, Doherty will drive, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Thought that was a good decision. Pass up the 3. You don't need to start hoisting them unless you get, really good looks. Just attack. Get the ball in the right guy's hands and attack the basket.
Alexis Williams plays the point guard position, but is that an area where Valpo is lacking right now?
I don't know if they have a pure floor leader. They certainly don't have a veteran floor leader.
That's a foul on Austin Arians, number 34.
That's just his first foul.
And that makes a difference, not having somebody like a Steve McWhorter who is probably born to play the point guard spot.
Correct. He is a lead guard. He knows exactly what the coach is looking for out there.
Good breakup by Malcolm Moore.
Well, there's a real bounce in Milwaukee's step. You can see it. That 3 Jordan Aaron hit was big.
He has a couple made threes in the game, and they have hawked. Levante Doherty, number 4. Musa Gay inside. Will he get a second chance? No. Held ball, Milwaukee with the possession arrow.
Can't get a much better look than what Musa Gay got. Possession arrow has been repaired after Steve McWhorter smashed into it, knocked it to the ground in the first half.
Really took off The possession error and a few things along with it.
We even got the Horizon League Men's Basketball Championship signed.
Yeah, that's important. Get that full display. 12-0 edge Milwaukee, second chance points. 12-point difference in the game. 10 to shoot it. The quarter's handling. Driving on Peters and threw it away. Here's Keith Carter Jr. Into the front court. Open look, Peters.
Big.
Tybee is down.
I think they called a foul on Valparaiso.
Chris Beaver with the call. Now we'll discuss.
Court away from everybody.
Milwaukee's best free throw shooter is Jordan Aaron at 83%. So Carter is being taken off the floor, and he'll head to the locker room. And that's a loss for Valpo. And the only thing you can guess is that it's just been frustration. Doesn't explain it.
It does not.
Doesn't justify it. But
can't understand what he was thinking. But yeah, he will be taken to the locker room, and he is done for the night.
Well, the officials, as Chris Beaver told you, they're not calling it a punch, but clearly it was.
It clearly was contact to the head, for sure.
Panthers play an 11-point lead, 8 minutes in. More contact inside between Tybee and Jabril Adekoya. Are we to suggest things are getting chippy here?
I don't know if I'd say chippy, but there is some frustration there, no question. This game has gone from bad to worse for Valparaiso, and I'll bet you in his wildest, worst nightmare, there's no way last night Bryce Drew saw this coming. No way.
18 fouls now on the Crusaders, so the rest of the way, Panthers get one in a bonus or a double bonus. They can get to 10.
And I'll bet if you covered the scoreboard, he had no idea what the score was. You said to Bryce, okay, here's how you've played to the 12:05 mark of the second half. Here's the stats. You've been out-rebounded on the offensive glass 15-0. You had a player ejected. Here's what you shot in the first half.
You're down 30.
He would say, oh, God, we're down 25. No, Bryce, you're actually only 13 down with the ball. You're still alive. He wouldn't believe it.
And look at Matt Tybee, who finally sat down. I thought maybe just run up and down the sidelines for a while by the bench. He's got an electric personality, doesn't he?
He does. It rubs off on everybody else on your team.
Good fake by Williams. They can use a jumper from the outside, but he can't get it. The lead has grown to 13 for Milwaukee. Despite the fact that Valpo dominated the first two games, although the Crusaders did have to come from 9 down in the first one, 9 in the first half anyway, it has been a role reversal tonight in a game that means a whole lot more. Aaron inside, Malcolm Moore for an and one.
That's big. It's just a reach-in foul. Way too much power out of Malcolm Moore. There's a great dish. Got no chance. Cheese curds, dude, they're awesome.
Popular item. People fighting to get a chance at it. Malcolm Moore can't complete the three-point play, so Panthers playing a 15-point lead, 48-33.
Boy, the first game we saw Oakland flat. Valparaiso, same deal here. Just not getting the second chance opportunities, not coming up with loose balls. Just flat. No offensive flow.
Levante Doherty, just his second field goal made of the night in 5 attempts.
Got a little blow-by move there, and he was able to do something with it.
And the rebounding edge on the offensive board still staggering, 16-0 Milwaukee.
That is crazy.
Yep. And the other way is Jordan Aaron. What a great way to come back and match the 2 points by Doherty.
That's just another defensive breakdown. Just making a play. And there's an illegal screen. They're going to get on Jabril Adekoya.
One of the problems this year for the Crusaders has been personal fouls. They have 18 in this game, and they've been toward the bottom of all the teams in the country in the amount of fouls committed.
But when you can't run your offense and you can't get your best players like Levante Doherty free, you start to try and, cheat's the wrong word, but you try to see how far you can push it to set a screen to get somebody open. They got caught there at Adekoya, and now he's on the bench.
And now without Keith Carter Jr., who's been ejected for a flagrant 2 violation, Apple's chances starting to slip away. Javon Lyles in the game, intended for Kelm. Milwaukee will have 14 to shoot. We're halfway through the second half. Well, Bryce Drew knows all about tournament time. He had the shot made in 1998 to propel Valpo to wins in that tournament over Ole Miss, and then in the second round, Florida State in overtime. 4 to shoot it. Aaron recognizing, airballed it. It's a 2 against 1, led by Doherty. And Doherty to the free throw line as Steve McWhorter picks up his 3rd personal foul.
I think if Doherty could do that again, he gives a little fake and he dumps it off. He had a guy flying in who would have been able to dunk it or lay it in. I did a game last night. You know, Valparaiso, for all their struggles, is at 35 points. I did a game last night where Northwestern scored 32 in the game.
Oof. And we're talking about an improved Penn State team, but not a Michigan State or Wisconsin that shut them down.
Nope. It's just one of those nights.
So you've been through that. You probably can sympathize with what Bryce Drew is going through. What's the general feeling you'd be experiencing here?
Horror. You are just absolutely mortified if you're coaching right now and you think, my team's not this bad. I never saw this coming.
Intended for Kelm. Unforced error. Back comes Doherty to make that Williams. Now to Doherty. He's got Lyle on the hip. Got the basket and the foul.
And every time you count him out, all of a sudden, if he makes this free throw, it's a 10-point game. With an eternity left.
Excuse me, David. He's taken upon himself to carry the team right now.
Well, Lyle gambles he can come up with a steal. He gets halfway into that and goes, oh, no. And nobody rotates over quick enough to stop the ball, and Levante Doherty.
Doherty, who was coming off the bench at times last year, recognized at the end of the season that he couldn't play as long as he'd like because he got tired. And as 6th man of the year, Bryce Drew told him, if you want to start and play a lot of minutes and lead this team, you got to get in better shape. So he went back to the Chicagoland area, started climbing some hills, put a lot of endurance tests in, and he cut back on the pizza. And so he dropped almost 10 pounds.
That's a key. Pizza's delicious, especially Chicago deep dish.
However, 10-point lead, 9 minutes to go. Kelm spinning and missing. And a foul called as the 11, Clay Yo, tried to get position.
Just great effort out of Matt Tybee again.
When you ask Rob Jeter, the head coach, about Tybee, he says, well, the only thing I have to do occasionally is I have to dial him down. And he said that's a whole lot better than having to, amp somebody up.
The ones you have to amp up all the time, you're just exhausted.
So not a problem with Tybee.
You feel like you're watching the guy in stripes, Bill Murray. I'm pacing myself. But when you got a guy like this, he's always front of the pack.
Yeah. And when he came out of the game, he went from one end of the bench to the other, slapping hands, and then finally settled in a seat. Jeter has him the rest of the season, cap, in 2 more years.
It's a nice, feeling to have. You've got a lead guy.
Panthers get it back with a 12-point lead, and they're getting closer to a Wisconsin rematch tomorrow night, which should be a good one with Green Bay. This place will be hopping for that second game.
I'm going to be on my couch with some deep dish watching you.
You go. Good for you. Kelm inside Tybee. And a rebound to Alec Peters. Crusaders on out of it, yeah, but they can't get a long run going. Well, Tybee was in the end zone for the touchdown.
He
there.
was. Tybee, did you hear him screaming?
Yeah.
He was wide open.
Matched up with Alec Peters inside. We got a foul called. Bar official Randy Heimerman, and we have a TV timeout.
Clay Yow's going to get caught for the hold.
Bryce Drew trying to get his team to hang in there, but they're in trouble. And 40-33, that is something that Jeter got his guys to dial into tonight, and they certainly have been the aggressor. And the rest of the way, which is nearly 8 minutes on any defensive foul by Valpo, they're shooting 2 free throws.
Which means you just keep attacking, run your offense.
And seal the deal. Milwaukee now 16 of 19 from the free throw line.
I would be surprised if the Panthers can't hang on and win this game.
Yeah. I think Valpo had its chances early to start the second half. And those chances probably are gone. Still, 7:35 left. 14-point game. Here's Aaron matched up against Levante Doherty with a screen from Tybee. That is offensive rebound number 18 for Milwaukee.
Another loose ball that goes Milwaukee's way.
Well, if anything, the young Valparaiso team's probably learning a little bit tonight from how to play in a tournament game. It's an education you hope your team doesn't have to go through, but with 3 freshmen and a lot of youth, Milwaukee, or Valpo, has learned a thing or two tonight. And I think a lot of it, David, goes back to the fact that they were out-rebounded badly in one game, Milwaukee, in the regular season against Valpo. Then a 40-33 edge by Valparaiso in that second game. I think they took it very personally.
I do, but 17-0's an incredible stat.
Yes.
There hasn't been anything easy for Valpo. Doherty, I think, hurt his right hand.
Crusaders have shot the ball at 45%, but because of the lack of rebounding and the fouls, have had limited opportunities. That's a 3 for Doherty.
Keeps flexing his right hand, but didn't seem to bother him there.
Runs again into that brick wall set at half court by Tybee. By the way, who weighs in at 230 pounds or more. Arians, a long 3, missed it. Chance for Valpo to get it to single digits. Bobby Capobianco for 3.
How about this? All of a sudden, it's an 8-point game.
Now Jeter says run the offense.
Motion. Need motion in the offense.
15 points has been the biggest advantage for Milwaukee. That has been sliced in half. The Panthers have always had an answer when needed. Aaron with 8 on the drive to the goal to Kelm. Basket and 1. Nicely designed play.
Well, they've answered everything. Rob's up screaming, run the offense, and that's exactly what they did. Move the basketball and then attack the goal. There comes Aaron. Great dish. There's the hit. Hoop. Arm.
Last year, Jordan Aaron was the point guard for this team, and a team that struggled. Now Aaron has moved back to his natural off-guard position, but he can still play the point on occasion.
Great to have a combo guy who can do both roles for you.
Yeah, good point. It's an 11-point advantage. Valpo needs to answer. Capobianco again for 3 net this time. And Milwaukee has had an answer for every surge by Valpo. Trying to send the Crusaders packing tonight. Timeout, Milwaukee, 4:32 left.
It's a good call. Settle your guys down now and then talk strategy. Final 4:32, you want to run clock or get layups.
This is the same Milwaukee. 18-0 on the offensive glass and 14-0 second chance points. And that, ladies and gentlemen, the difference is in our game. And if you're Green Bay, you won't have to preach that too much to your guys about the aggressiveness from Milwaukee at the start. Jordan Aaron now in position to take his man off the dribble. Gets the and 1.
Watch the crossover. Killer crossover.
Ankle breaker.
See, he just made a play. That's just somebody making a play. Oops. And nobody rotates over. I mean, he just gutted him right there.
Jordan Aaron now with 16. Nearly came up with that offensive rebound. Alec Peters back the other way, and he's got a chance at an and 1.
Again, they can get it to a 10-point game. Doesn't seem like they can go much below that.
No.
But they are hanging around. Here comes the loose ball, and Alec Peters knows he's got the angle. No one could take a charge, so he takes it right to the rim and finishes. 3-point opportunity is good. 10-point game.
Alec Peters now with 18 for the game. He's keeping Valparaiso alive, that's for sure. But he's going to need to have support. Under 4 minutes left, 10-point deficit for the Crusaders. Arians off the dribble, and he goes to the line. And right now, the recipe is very, very simple for Milwaukee. Put the ball on the floor and go to the goal. And we're going to go to commercial break. Let's take a look at Jordan Aaron moments ago. Tournament game. First round against Ole Miss.
Some would say the greatest single play-by-play moment other than the Jim Valvano game winner in '83 was the Todd Eichow call on the Bryce Drew shot to beat Ole Miss.
Which, by the way, is located in several plaques around the campus where all you got to do is...
There's Todd Eichow, the man on the right in the white sweater.
Aaron Levitt, who heads up sports information, on his left. Todd was telling us somewhere in the midst of Valparaiso sports memorabilia, as Peters fires away, is a plaque where you press a button and you can hear the call.
I would like one of those. They ought to sell those.
They did for a while.
That is a phenomenal call, and obviously just a spectacular shot that was drawn up into Drew's driveway.
Called the play pacer. Milwaukee now pacing itself and using clock with a double-digit lead, 3 minutes to go. Jordan Aaron has taken over the point position right now. He'll shoot it for the free throw line, and it rolls in. He's having a night.
Yep, you can warm up the bus and point it towards Valpo. Good season, going to end a lot shorter than they hoped, and Milwaukee keeps their dream alive.
18 points now in the game for Aaron as Jordan Coleman, senior guard out of California, playing in likely his final Horizon game.
Real nice move, hangs inside, hoop, and the harm. Still playing hard to the end. They're going to fall a little bit short tonight.
Some of the fans heading to the exits. There'll be a lot of people in the house tomorrow night as host Green Bay will get a chance to position itself for a tournament championship. They foul Kyle Kelm out front.
2:31 to go. Panthers a 10-point lead, taking care of the basketball.
Good recognition, although Kelm hits the first free throw by Valpo. In determining who the worst free throw shooter is on the court, that's Kelm at 64%.
I'll guarantee you there wasn't a moment tonight Rob Jeter was relaxed. Even though they've led the whole way, no relaxation. When you get up 25, you relax a little bit. They had so many missed shots, a 1 for 17 stretch, and Valpo just couldn't take advantage of it.
Doesn't look relaxed now, does he?
Never.
Crusaders take a timeout, narrowing the deficit back to 10 with 2:19 to go. Valparaiso is down to its final timeout. 3 remaining for Milwaukee.
Got the night off, and I'm going to be ready to watch somebody win a Horizon League championship.
And you think right now the favorite would be Wright State, in your opinion?
No, the favorite would be Green Bay.
Okay.
No question about it. On their court, 24-5, they're the favorite. I just wouldn't sleep on the Wright State Raiders. The way they played tonight, they are cooking on all cylinders. I wouldn't want to play them. Wright State Raiders, the way they played tonight, they are cooking on all cylinders. I wouldn't want to play them. But Green Bay's got to be a prohibitive favorite.
If this lead holds, as Lyle checks in for Arians, both of our winners tonight will have led from start to finish.
Tybee goes fast just getting to the bench. Look at him.
He hasn't sat down.
I mean, he's unbelievable.
I think if there wasn't a spot for him, he would just pace up and down.
He would have no problem. If he had one of those Fitbits or Nike Fuel Bands, he'd have like 40,000 steps a day.
Be like, Coach, when can I go back in?
Exactly. Let me play.
Traveling on Levante Doherty, who is facing his final game, unless the Crusaders are invited to postseason play.
The Crusaders would finish at 18-15. That neutral court or someone else was hosting, different set of circumstances. But if you lose here at the Resch Center, that's going to be a really bad loss. And when you look at it, you're the committee. In my opinion, look, I'm a Horizon guy. I want every team to get in the tournament. But when you look at their resume and you go, okay, give me a really signature win. Okay, Virginia, where was it played? At home. Give me another signature win. Well, we played Wisconsin, tough, lost. Where? At home. There's no real signature road win when you look at it and you go, boy, that's a heck of a road win.
One advantage for Green Bay lately has been the fact that both Wisconsin and Virginia are surging.
They are.
So as their RPI goes up, strength of schedule goes up for Green Bay.
And I talked to John LaCroix, the great commissioner of the league. He's been on the committee before. And he said, look, you can look and go bigger, faster, stronger. Which team would win if we have two bubble teams and one's an ACC team, for example, or a Big Ten against Green Bay? He goes, well, Green Bay's big, got Alec Brown and other size. They've got fast. They got Kiefer Sykes. They're a good team. They've got some quality wins. he believes you look and go, whether it's the Horizon or another league, instead of bigger, faster, stronger, go, who's more deserving? An 18-win team out of a Power 6 conference, or a team that won 24 games and really had to, one of their conference losses was when Alec Brown didn't even play. So I understand his point. I just don't know if the committee is going to look at it that way.
It is the head coach of Green Bay's theory that, or feeling that, as Tybee goes down and gets back up, that Green Bay, if it wins tomorrow night, will certainly be in the conversation, playing in the championship game Tuesday night if it loses.
Sure.
But Wardle's feeling, too, is that if Green Bay loses tomorrow night, no chance. This is his opinion.
I agree with him. If you lose in the semis on your floor, you're done. You get to the final game and you lose to a good team, could you get in? Yes. If I'm a betting man, I'd say I won't be paying off with stakes. But I certainly hope I'm wrong.
Jay Billis on PTI today on ESPN says that he thinks Green Bay, an under-the-radar team, could get to the Sweet 16 this year if it gets to the tournament.
If they get the right matchup, a really super quick athletic team that's really strong could give them some issues. If they get the right matchup, a half-court team where Alec Brown can block shots and Kiefer Sykes can take over a game with his quickness and his scoring ability, I'm telling you, that could really, they could cause problems.
Lyle gets the basket. He was going for the slam. A minute to go. Well, Milwaukee would like to make it all a moot point, and they'll get their chance tomorrow night in the second game in the semifinals. Right now, everybody from Milwaukee standing. Rob Jeter's going to get a timeout. With 49 seconds to go. And I'm not sure what Jeter's upset about, but it's directed at Aaron.
Still two.
Think he'll be razzed about that?
Oh, absolutely. Dude, if you're going to go up there, finish it.
So the Crusader season will come to an end at 18-15. And there'll be a new champion to the Horizon League Championship. Final game for Levante Doherty, Bobby Capobianco, Musa Gay.
Yep, they're going to be hoping for a college insider invite so they get to play again.
And Jordan Coleman. All four were transfers. Started basketball at another university before coming on to Valpo. And right now, those seniors on the court with 44.5 seconds to go. So this is their swan song as Milwaukee celebrates a win and now gets set for Green Bay, where they overwhelmed the Phoenix just a few weeks ago on this court. Who do you like tomorrow night?
I will take Wright State to beat Cleveland State, and I will take Green Bay to dispatch Milwaukee. Setting up what I think will be a really wonderful game, a tremendous matchup on Tuesday night. We'll see if I'm right.
Panthers don't have to shoot it. They can just bleed out the clock, and that would do it. Ten seconds to go. Final score, Panthers 74 and Crusaders 57.
That's a quality win. Start to finish. They had their hiccups, didn't shoot it as well as they had liked. But when you go 1 for 17 in the stretch and you win in a blowout, you know you did.